Welcome back to Sportsbeat. Today is July 20th, and we are recording episode number 22. We are live in the My Little Falls podcast studio. And as always, I'm joined by the man with a plan, Dave Warner. What's going on?
Not much. How's it going with you?
Oh, it's not raining yet.
Right now.
Yeah. However, there's this weird advisory to stay indoors because it's like a air warning because there's smoke from Canada coming down.
But there's a front coming too, and severe weather warning too. And so it's been crazy.
If you own a boat or a pool, you're really pissed off.
You're in good shape.
Yeah.
You get a slot on the ark yet?
Yeah, right. I feel like we need one. I need to start building my own.
Yeah,
that's
really.
Right. This week, we are continuing with our summer series of getting to know players on the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs. And this week, we're lucky to be joined by Joey Silen, pitcher for the Dogs. If I said that right or wrong,
you said it wrong.
That's fine.
I heard a T on there.
I almost said the T, but I read my notes. So Joey's a right-handed pitcher for the Dogs and recently picked up a big win against Amsterdam. And during the year, he attends the University of Delaware, where he pitches for the Blue Hens. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing? Doing well.
Not too bad. So you're in, where did you say you were? You're in the clubhouse in Auburn?
The locker room of the Auburn Double Days, getting ready to play a game tonight.
Nice. What time's first pitch?
I believe it's 6-ish, 6:30-ish. Starting right field, actually.
Nice. So you guys are back in action after we were just joking about the rain. So you guys have definitely been subject to the weather lately too, because what you had the game on Friday in Amsterdam, and then the weekend rained out.
Yep.
But you missed the key thing. He said he's starting playing right field.
Right.
I know. They're getting weak on the field there, or too strong on the mound.
Well, we were missing a couple. We're missing a couple guys, so got to try to step up, get the team a win, do anything possible.
Well, if you keep throwing them over to the Major League Baseball, then
you got two, and a vet, but we'll cover that in the press box as well. But so do me a favor. So when we were trying to get a player for the week, and they were saying that you're coming on, and you got a big win in Amsterdam that you were a part of. So recap the Amsterdam game for us. Usually we start with what's your baseball story, but Amsterdam being one of the big rivals that you guys have. And I know all the games with Amsterdam are circled. So recap that game, what it was like, how you got there to that 5-1 win.
Well, I think we just kind of started out with a good pep talk from the coach, really letting us know like, hey guys, we're getting to the end here. So make sure, we're coming out with energy. We're bringing a lot of energy, a lot of talk today, like really staying up with our guys. So we just started out very well in the beginning, keeping each other excited, trying to limit hits, limit runs. Defense played incredible baseball. Got to get shout out to my defense for that. Definitely would not have been in the situation I was if we didn't have the great plays that we did. Shout out my shortstop, Mike Bichetti. Did a great job. Came out, we were struggling a little bit hitting. So, got a coach kept making sure that I was staying in the game, staying in everything, locked in. And then eventually hitters just fought, found ways to get on base, not hitting the ball well. So they found ways to get on, walking. They were hitting a couple of our guys, but, just found a way to sneak across a win there.
And you're getting late here in the season, and I'm sure rain out and all that, and getting crazy towards the back end of what regular season's going to look like. What do you think this game or that leading up to this is going to mean for you guys going into postseason? Are you guys clicking? Is this just one game at a time? What's the lookout now that you're off the pier, so to speak, in your season?
I think it's kind of just not really paying attention to wins and losses, just trying to stay in the moment and win every game and not worrying about how many games back we are or how many games we got left or anything like that. Just every day is a new day, and got to go out there and try to get a win.
Nice. All right. So jumping back, tell our listeners about your baseball story, high school, college, anything that's important to you, how you got here, pitching, all that jazz.
So basically, small town in Delaware, Newark. My pitching coach, actually, when I was 10 years old, turned out to be Paul Nickerberg. He was my high school baseball coach also. He pretty much got me to where I am today based off of, he was just big into books and knowledge and everything like that. He wasn't a physical coach. He was more coaching your mental. So, he got me mentally prepared for everything. And then when I eventually got to Delaware and got with Coach Sherman and Coach O'Neill, who's not there, but he helped me with the process and everything. Eric Buckland, my pitching coach, he's excellent. He's one of the best in the game, I think. Those are guys that all just helped me get to where I am today.
And so you guys had a season. Looking at some of the research that I was doing before we got to the show, you guys had a season. What did that look like with everything, with the craziness of this year, last year, and all that?
It was kind of weird showing up to game days and BP and all that stuff without really having any fans there. It was just different, you know. We didn't really get to use our locker room, so it was basically like we're playing summer ball. Everyone's changing in their car, pulling up the games. You know, it just kind of felt, I don't know. It felt like you had to get a little gritty, and you know, it was kind of fun.
Definitely had a feel of, love of the game kind of aspect
Yeah,
to it, with a bunch of the
exactly.
stuff that got removed. And sticking with college for just a second before we jump back to the Dogs, now we're getting to the, we're middle summer now, rounding out. You guys
Yep.
are all going to, wrap up the season, obviously hoping for a good postseason run here and bring something
Yes, sir.
home. But after that's done, you guys go back to college. Any idea what college is going to look like for next year?
I think I believe Delaware is requiring vaccinations, and so with that, I believe we get to use full locker room access, full weight room access, no masks. I think it's just going to be an exciting time. You know, first time actually playing college summer ball. Get to go back, have fun with the guys. Get good lifting, get good workouts in. You know, locker
Get
room
some
bonding experiences and stuff.
get some normalcy back that didn't exist last year for sure.
Correct, exactly.
So you're down there, and so how do you end up at the Dogs for this year's summer campaign? Did you find Travis? Did Travis find you? How'd that all happen?
Actually, quite a funny story. This is my third consecutive year of trying to play for the Dogs. My freshman year, my pitching coach and my head coach, I believe, got in contact with everybody. And then the past summer was the COVID, so everything got canceled. And then this past year, I was looking for a team. I looked down like the Florida Summer League. I was checking around, and then I just texted Travis one day, and I was like, "Hey, like, I'm really looking for a team this summer, trying to get some time. I didn't really pitch this much this past spring." And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have you." So, you know, shout out to Travis for responding to my text pretty fast.
The rest is history.
Yeah, exactly.
So any games that you guys are still looking forward to? I know, again, it's each, you said in the beginning there that each day's new and everything, but anything still circled on you guys' calendar, on your personal calendar, any milestones that you want to hit for the summer that you haven't crossed off yet?
I'd like to try to get back even with my wins, but I don't know if that's going to be a capability thing. But no, I don't think we have anybody in mind that we're really looking forward to beating. But I think it's just a day by day thing, staying in the present moment, not looking forward to too many things else, just trying to stay within ourselves and win each game.
At this point, a win against Mother Nature is going to be good, because each game you're able to go without a rain delay or a cancellation is going to be a victory.
Yeah, mass lightning storms are not really helping us here.
I was thinking about that Saturday night when that bolt hit close to the field.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually got scared. Actually jumped.
I actually didn't go out to the game because I thought it's way too dark and there's no way they're going to play this thing. And I was sitting in my living room when that thing hit. And I thought, if they're on that field still, I'd been watching it on Facebook, but then I thought, nah, they're not going to be playing. Yeah.
And there you all really out there still on Vets Park.
They were still out there.
Yeah, we're all warming up and we're talking about how we're not going to be able to play and all. And then we just keep checking the radar, push back. I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to play. And without any lightning or thunder, we're going to get in. And then third inning, we just get hit by Zeus himself. So
it was real close.
Really?
Yeah, it was within half a mile, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It lit up the entire sky. No, yeah.
Yeah. So you got
thunder was a cannon bolt.
Yeah.
So you got Thor out there having fun, and Zeus having fun, and great. Yeah. So this is your.
They were fans of the Dogs.
They are. They were cheering you guys on.
There you go. So you have obviously there's always a busy schedule when you're up here for the summer.
Yes, sir.
And it's not your first year up here. So what's your favorite places around the valley? Hangout spots, food spots? Where do you like to do on days off, kind of thing?
The spot that we tried the most was Crazy Ottos Diner. That place
nice.
is elite. That place is really good. The Salvatore's that's right next to the Brookwood Apartments.
Yep.
Best wings. Some of the best wings I've had.
So you're gonna appreciate this. So my full-time job is I work at the Board of Elections for Herkimer County, and my counterpart, who is the other commissioner that's there, her name is Kim Tranter, and her husband are the one that own Crazy Otto's diner.
Wow.
So I'm
Yeah.
I'm totally going
Unreal.
to make sure that they watch this and give
Good.
them the shout out for
Yeah.
the diner, because they're gonna
Yeah.
Scott especially is gonna love that, because he's huge into all that stuff, and they're both absolutely great. So I'm definitely passing that
Yeah.
one along.
They definitely should go down as the biggest pancakes I've ever had.
Yeah, that's true. They are pretty
Unreal.
good. I didn't know that
Unreal.
I didn't know the connection with Kim.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fun. So I'm definitely going to pass that one along. They're going to appreciate that for sure. So
Please do.
where else,
Please do.
where else in Little Falls and any places on the road?
I'm not really too sure. I haven't been out, too much because we've been pretty busy with everything going on. But there's a place, Nine Corners, I believe it's called, nice little like lake spot that the team went out to someday. They heard that was fun.
Nice.
But other than that, really nothing much else.
It's kind of hard to have, not have a personal life, but explore upstate New York for everything that it offers when you got back-to-back games, double headers all over the place. And
Correct.
And then on the days where you actually have off because you're ready to play a game and you can't, it's raining, so you're inside anyway.
Correct. Exactly.
So you're down there, you have a game tonight. First pitch is here in a little while. What's obviously, it's the stupid question. What's the goal of the game? It's to win. But what
score more runs than the other team.
There you go. What's obviously we're getting down there. What's the hope besides the score, the more runs? What are you guys looking for? What's the game plan?
Looking for probably another good start out of I believe Jack Urbeck is starting tonight, so we're looking for a good start out of him. Give us a couple innings because we're running low on arms, which are one kid went into the Seattle Mariners or Oakland. Seattle, yeah, I had that right. Seattle.
Yeah, Jimmy Joyce went to the Mariners. Yeah, Mariners, yeah.
Yeah. And then our starting guy went to the Cape, Sal Fusco. He got called up to the Cape, so we're running a little low on arms here. So starting pitcher to get some innings in, swing the bats a little bit tonight. Just keep the momentum rolling from the Amsterdam, keep the energy up, get another win.
Have you found it hard, especially in my lifetime? This has been what I would classify as a weird summer. Usually you get the days of rain here and there, but there's little strings together, but then, we really get summer. Have you guys had having a problem keeping the momentum going, either positive, negative, because of the delays between games sometimes, or is that not really a factor and really able to be managed by just, keeping the locker room, heading the game kind of thing?
Well, I feel like it's pretty manageable just because based off of like all the other guys are all collegiate athletes too. And we really only play weekends, and every once in a while we'll play a scarce midweek. So getting after it and playing pretty much every day is a little bit different to us. So when we get these 2 to 3 day breaks, it just kind of feels like it's like a Wednesday to Thursday, Tuesday to Thursday, where we're getting that nice midweek break, getting ready to go into like a weekend series. It's
Nice.
the way I feel it.
Yeah, because I know, growing up here, it's always, you'll read in the paper, you'll go to a game and it'll be game, and then a day break where you're doing batting practice and just conditioning, then a game, and then you got a home stand for 3 games over 4 days, and you go home and you're watching the Yankee games, and you guys have the same kind of lineup. But this year, like you said, it's crazy. So you're finding it more aligned to what your collegiate stuff would be versus what it would be normally for the Diamond Dawgs.
In some aspects, yeah, with all the rainouts and all the delays in between games, I would say, yeah. But when it's not rainy and like the beginning of the summer, it was real summer baseball. It was playing every day. It's hot weather. You gotta, keep the body bright, drink a lot of water, all that stuff.
So your primary position for the Dogs is pitching, correct?
Correct. Starting. Correct.
So, 2 questions on that. When's the next time you're going to be on the mound? Do you know that
Friday.
yet? Perfect.
Friday.
Okay. And going to like globally, who is a pitcher or pitchers that you look up to, favorites in the game?
Oh, I love this question. Okay, so my all-time favorite would be Marcus Stroman, just because I love the energy. I love what he does. I love the timing messing with timing. He's kind of like a shorter guy, and I'm a shorter guy, so like I love being able to the height doesn't measure heart thing. I'm
Nice.
all with that. Aaron Nola, Phillies, gotta love my guy, gotta love our ace. And then outside of that, it's hard not to say DeGrom just because he's the greatest of the greats. So
yeah. And I was watching Around the Horn yesterday, and they're talking about now that he's got the soreness in his arm, what do they do with him? And I forget which one of them was, you talk to all the professionals, you do absolutely everything possible to make him 100% comfortable.
Yeah.
And because he's the type of guy that would say, okay, I'm 80%, I'm going to come back out and pitch tonight. And that's not the right answer. And you get some people in there and you float to the postseason. So I got to agree with you on that one.
Yes, sir.
And that's me as a Yankee fan agreeing to a greatn's on the Mets team. So, we're going to be, I'm going to burn in some lower pit of hell for that. So.
Yeah, I'm the Phillies, and I just said I like 2 Mets players too. So I'll ride the ship with you.
Nice. So, anything else you want to add before we close this interview out?
No, just appreciate you guys for having me on. It was great being here. Lovely talking to both of you. Hopefully get a win tonight.
Yeah. Good luck. And, hopefully, it's not going to rain. I think you guys will be done with the game before the rain comes in, which is rare for you to hear. That's the weather report. It's not going to be raining by the time the game ends. That's the weather report. So, all right. Well, we appreciate your time, and obviously good luck, and good luck on Friday as you starting pitch.
I appreciate it. I hope you guys have
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey.
You too. All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
See ya.
And that is Joey with the Diamond Dawgs. That's fun. And I like the answer.
You didn't want to say his last name, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But that's funny that,
Silen.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's awesome to hear, especially at the collegiate level and everything, that you can harken back to, it's not what have you done with me? Not what have you done for me lately in some of those answers. It's this is the history that's there. And he's a Phillies fan, and he's given it up to Mets players, and that's got to make him cringe a little bit. But
yeah. Well, no, you can idolize a pitcher no matter
sure
who they pitch for.
Sure, I've got to agree with that. So we are. Let's do a commercial break and come back for the press box.
Good Lord! All right, we can do that.
Can we?
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for a weekly newsletter. Stop by today at mylittlefalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
And we're back. And as you just pointed out, that's a video commercial.
You weren't even watching the monitor.
I wasn't. I looked down to make sure my iPad hasn't gone running away from me already.
You thought it was just audio.
Yeah. What do you want? I'm on the struggle bus today. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know. All right.
That's okay. We'll blame it on COVID. Can I still do that? Sure.
No, not right now.
The weather.
Yeah.
It's the weather. So here in our press box, we're going to cover a couple things. So let's dive right in. We got the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs picked up a big win over the weekend with a 5-1 win over the Amsterdam Mohawks. Then, as we've seen so much of, and as we kind of talked about in the first block there, the rain ruined the next 3 days worth of games, and they're currently in action down in Auburn. And then, if I've looked correctly, they will be again home here on Friday.
No, it's before that. It's I think Wednesday night.
So tomorrow,
absolutely.
They're home tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
And then Joey and the crew, he'll be pitching on Friday. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they've got a lot of games partial with Watertown to make up. I think they ended that one in the 4th inning, and they've got to make that up. And then there was some disagreement over how many innings. Well, Watertown has staffing issues as well too, and they're worried about that. So they wanted to change it from a 9-inning makeup to a 7, just finish out 7 and then start the doubleheader and only do the 7 on that. So this rain caused a lot of issues. And Sunday, the biggest issue, the thing that we lost out on, most important issue, was the cow milking contest
Oh,
that was
between,
going to start at 6:00.
yeah.
Yeah, with the politicians
Yeah,
out
it was
there.
going to be who is
Smullen and
Pete Campione.
Campione, and
That's awesome. You know you're from like rural upstate New York when the highlight before the game is a cow milking competition
with a real cow.
Yeah, that's awesome though, because you got people up here thinking I can do that.
I think it's utterly fantastic.
Utterly, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, our producer and comedian Dave Warner.
I started it.
That was good. I am going to have to award you 5 points. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It worked up in my head about 5 seconds before it came out.
And you're just like, yes, I got
this.
Yeah. Also, big news for the Dogs. There were 2 players that were signed to Major League Baseball contracts this week. Tyler Schaaf is heading to the Washington Nationals, and Jimmy Joyce, which we reported on last week, is heading to the Seattle Mariners. They're probably already there. Also, that a former Diamond Dog, CJ Anderson, who was on the team in 2019, got picked up by the Oakland A's. That's pretty huge, right here in our own backyard. So congratulations to Tyler, Jimmy, CJ, Travis, and his whole Diamond Dogs family. Trust the process because it's working.
Yeah,
it's great to see. I mean, these players are going to be on the teams.
It's so cool to go, buy a ball and get them to sign it, put it on my shelf, and say
someday
he could be pitching.
That's just, and again, we've talked about it before with college sports here, and now with the Diamond Dogs, and so many people shit on everything that we do here, but it's awesome to see there's tangible proof. They're going to be playing in Major League.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So congratulations, guys. Travis, you got a great program over there with everybody. We appreciate the partnership we've got with you, and congratulations, because it's huge for your program, because those are just as good as trophies. So sticking with Major League Baseball AL East, Boston still holds first place. We've got the Rays back a game and a half. Blue Jays are back 7. Yankees continue to slide, but they're holding at 7.5 games back. And the Orioles, wait, who are they? Oh, yeah, they're holding at 25 games out. So, yeah,
your favorite thing. They should just go home.
I try to. My goal when I'm writing that section is to piss my dad off, because he's an Orioles fan. So, and he read it he listened a couple weeks ago, and he's like, really, why do you got to do that? It's a rebuilding year. It's a rebuilding year. I'm like, just stop, please, just stop. You've been rebuilding since Cal.
But you realize you're slamming a dog too at the same time, right?
Yeah. Well,
there's on the team.
It's 25 games back.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? I got to report the news, man.
All right.
Over in the AL East, the Mets continue to hold first place there. Phillies are back 2.5. Atlanta back 4.5. Nationals are back 6, and Miami is back 10.5 games. Did you see that? What was it? The Mets Phillies game?
I did not.
I did not either, but I saw the replay on it last night when I was watching SportsCenter for a rare moment. They went in, the ball was hit. It was clearly on, and again, it's replay, so we've got the ability to look at it frame by frame. But the ump from home plate looked right at the ball, and it's clearly in foul territory. So the runner comes over, or the fielder comes over for the Mets, doesn't grab it and just throws it because he figures it's going to be called foul. Well, it wasn't. So they run 2 or 3 runs in, and it blows the game open. Well, the Mets come back and get pissed off and win. So they held the win in this, it was just like a crazy series of circumstances that you can only see in baseball.
Do you ever, because you look at sports and stuff, does Facebook ever feed you those highlight reels of the craziest moments in baseball? That will be on the highlight reel.
Oh yeah.
I watch those every day.
And they were talking about it on PTI, and Tony Kornheiser made the point. He goes, well, I understand everything that's going on, but if you're the fielder there, you play the ball.
Yeah.
You throw it in, you end that, you only get the 1 run and it doesn't get blown up and everything like that. And then you worry about it, but it's not challengeable.
Right.
And I know, Scott and Bob, one of the other guys in our league, they hate the idea of instant replay in baseball because it's not the way it was. Well,
it wasn't in any sport ever to begin with.
Cameras were barely around.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Jumping with Legion Baseball, we got a Legion Baseball score. Ilian Post was ousted out of the District 5 American Legion tournament. They lost to Adrian Post Utica over the weekend with a score of 10-7. Reading the recap, it looks like it was a good game. Ilian tried to come back and they leveled off. They were within 2 runs, and then Utica just opened it up to final score to 10-7. So congratulations to Adrian Post up in Utica, and Ilian, we're Sorry about. I believe that if I read it correctly, that was their end of their season. So
I think so.
Rough way to end it, but
yeah,
summer's almost over in some regards. So NBA finals are still underway. The Milwaukee Bucks lead the Phoenix Suns 3-2. Chris Paul and company held a lead of 2-0 going in, but then they've lost the last 3 straight. By the time this airs, the season may be over because critical game 6 takes place tonight at 9:00. If the Suns win, catch game 7 on Thursday at 9. So if you're listening now and it's not over, turn on your TV because it's probably on. Still rooting for Chris Paul and the Suns, like we talked about before. Didn't do it with the super team, didn't do it with the super friends, didn't go out and get a max deal and bring all your friends from the, an all-star team. But they've got a rough hill to climb with 2 left.
You hate that too.
I can't.
As much as the Orioles.
I can't. And everybody's like, did you watch Space Jam? No, I watched the first one. There was nothing wrong with it. They shouldn't have made a second one. Stop, please, please, please save me. Oy vey. Okay. Soapbox number 2 done. Olympic news. So the COVID cases in Tokyo continue to rise, and the International Olympic Committee, it just seems like it's an absolute mess. And just today, the head of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics said he has not ruled out canceling the Olympics when all the athletes have now reported to Tokyo. The news was reported by local news agencies on the ground, and it seems like there's just a general sense of disarray. Tokyo is still under a state of emergency and likely to remain in effect until the games are over. I've been trying to find, because I'm curious about it, what the regulations look like. They're nowhere to be found. And athletes they're on their Twitter reporting that they have no idea what's going on.
That means they're just making it up on the fly.
Right.
That's what that typically means if you don't have it posted.
Yeah. And we know that there's no spectator fans or family that's being allowed. It was reported by Alex Morgan early in the month that mothers with babies that are still nursing are having difficulty because they can't bring anybody with them. That seems to be unresolved. So I'm going to reiterate the point I made before. They had an extra year with over 10 years of planning. Now, I know COVID happened and it caught everybody off guard. I get it. But how do you have another almost 24 months in COVID not having some regulation in place for this? And why are athletes getting off planes in a foreign country with no direction from the International Olympic Committee? And on the other end of that, I'm still excited for the opening ceremony. I'm still excited to watch the games because it's the Olympics. National pride in there. There's some great stories in there. These athletes have worked their ass off for a lifetime in some cases. You've got this is their 4th or 5th Olympics in some things. You've got some people like, just the superstars from the last one, like Simone Biles. We've talked about her in a couple podcasts. Yeah. It's great all the way around. But why are we in this position?
I don't know.
Scary stuff.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm where I am here.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I said, either way, looking forward to the opening ceremonies and a great summer games and prayers and thoughts for everybody that's over there for safety and hoping everything works out for the absolute best. So last week we talked to Tyler Head from Atlanta Motor Speedway and Kyle Stevens from Charlotte. And within an hour after we recorded, it was reported that Brad Keselowski was going to be leaving his current team and joining the Roush Fenway Racing as a part owner while maintaining being a driver. So he's part owner driver and kind of going, looks like the little bit of a Jeff Gordon route there, which, somewhat well-deserved, I'm sure. But it was just funny, like all this news after they're talking about all the charters and all the stuff for next year. Not even 45 minutes after I get home and pulled everything up, I'm getting ding, ding, ding. And I'm just like,
it's always that way.
News never sleeps, man.
No.
And NASCAR was in New Hampshire over the weekend. Eric Amarola picked up a nice win in the Cup Series, and Christopher Bell got a big win over in Xfinity. As it was talked about last week, it's coming down to crunch time, so we'll see what happens. But as the guy said last week, more races are getting ran. Drivers are going to start getting desperate, and that's when it gets fun, especially as we're getting late in the season. So,
it got really tight, right?
Yeah.
That win. Yeah. So,
and now points are going to come into effect. I believe they were talking about, and all the differential that has to happen, and they're going to race their ass off.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So
no. That's what it's all about.
Yes, it is. So again, coaches and staff, as we go through the summer, please remember to keep including us in your sports reporting at Sportsbeat at mylittlefalls.com. For updates and highlights throughout the week, find us on Facebook at Sportsbeat with Rob Drumm. For all your local news, sports, and our podcast home, find us on mylittlefalls.com. For Rob Drumm, here with Dave Warner, we'll talk to you next week.